And so that's why I have that picture of a baby on my phone. And we're live.
You are now listening to Radio Rufus.
Yes, Wagwan, my drillers and my trappers, and welcome back to another historic, cheek-clapping, spine-tingling, pulse-racing episode of Radio Rufus, bringing you the latest and greatest news, sports, games from around the world every week until the end of time. There is no end to this. Time is a limitless void. Space goes forever, and we carry on through until our necessary death. I am the beautiful and equestrian Rufus Rice. As always, I am joined by my lascivious co-host, Aidan. Say hello, Aidan.
Hello.
Smashing that line, as always. There's a bit of a twist this week. We've got our first ever guest in, so we'll be welcoming him on. It is a him, as unfortunately, due to the policies of the era in which we set this podcast, we're simply not allowed to get any women on, unfortunately.
Yeah, that cuts off a lot of people, a lot of potential guests.
So we're looking to progress for change to that, but it might be a few decades until it does happen. Anyway, as always, some of the scoops might not be quite as fresh as you'd imagined because we are rotating like hot dogs in the steam cooker of our beautiful vintage 60s radio studio. Absolutely delicious. Now, before we get into Not News and the headlines for this week, I'd like to introduce our very special guest. Can everybody welcome the absolutely hilarious and blonde Finlay Christie? Big claps, big claps. Here he is. Welcome, mate. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, I'm easy to get a hold of. No surprise to be the first guest.
The most enthusiastic responder of everyone we reached out to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have nothing on at the moment.
We've broken a virginity of sports. Of sorts. I mean, not of sport. I don't know what a virginity of sports would even be. But
a gangbang, I think.
Yeah. A virginity of sports. Anyway, so I feel fresh. I feel like a born-again Christian.
Yeah. Me too.
And you are award-winning comedian is the term.
Comedian,
Yeah. You've sorry, Chortle described you as the voice of a generation.
Well, I took that a little bit out of context.
How does it feel to have to go around carrying the future of comedy on your back?
Not everyone agreed with Chortle when they said that. But The Guardian, for example, didn't agree.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I got well, I shouldn't really start off by sort of telling everyone about my bad reviews, because I'm here to promote myself. But yeah, no, the guy they said no, they were basically disagreed with the Chortle review. Yeah.
So they said you weren't,
they were
weren't
like, well, maybe one day he will be.
He's not ready yet.
But he's not, it's not his time yet.
Still in the academy.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. But this new show, I think The Guardian are really going to love it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're returning to Edinburgh.
Yes,
You had a fantastic special, OK Zuma.
Thank you, man.
Big fan of that. Cheers. I implore everybody to check it out. If I was in charge,
Me too.
It would be illegal. They'd have to show it in schools, maybe?
Yeah, well, you need to hear your voice.
Yeah.
If you are a part of my generation.
I think right next to that 360p video of that woman giving birth that they showed everybody in year 6.
The last person I heard dub
your special.
The voice of our generation was XXX Tentacion, and as far as I know, everything's working.
Well, he's dead now, so I mean,
maybe not then.
Wait, did you not? You knew he was dead.
It's news to me.
No,
I'm taking the piss. I'm fully aware that he was dead.
But I don't know. You live in a backwards Irish village. Maybe the news hadn't got there.
It hasn't got there now. I don't think anyone in my village would know who that is, but I had a few friends that sampled the rock genre.
There's a great history of people who have been titled the voice of a generation. I mean, X, Kurt Cobain, John Lennon, Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
So, like, I think you're following in some brilliant footsteps there.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm really gonna, I don't claim that title at all. This is not how I thought this would start.
It's been bestowed upon you.
No, this is offensive to all XXX Tentacion fans. I don't want to take the title from him.
Do you have the voice of our generation in your Instagram bio?
No, Jesus Christ, no. I only use it to get on podcasts, and I'll send it to when I'm trying to get booked in at the Chuckle Dungeon in Liverpool. Then I'll tell them that Chortle said that.
The Chuckle Dungeon.
I'm just making, so, do you know.
I
what
love
mean?
the Chuckle Dungeon.
Some terrible comedy club.
What was Chortle's exact quote? Because you said you slightly changed it.
So they
Good
said
question.
A debut hour that could see him legitimately labelled as the voice of a generation. So they technically have just taken the last 4 words of that. They've not really said it.
I think you're doing yourself dirty by saying that's taken out of context. I think that's just what they said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you could
legitimately see him labelled. They're not doing the labelling, but they are in a way.
someone.
So yeah,
Those words came out of their mouth.
right. Yeah,
So-
yeah.
You can claim
You've
it.
been nominated
I've been nominated for
something.
for something, but not the main Edinburgh Comedy Award. My CV is just—it's a load of lies.
Yeah.
I got nominated for an award.
I will be. There's a little biography of you here, and it does read like,
Oh my god.
someone trying to cram in as much into a personal statement for a uni admission as possible. But anyway,
Have you been nominated for an award? You must have been. You must have. There's online awards and stuff, isn't there?
I don't feel like they would welcome you in it with
Is there an
open
award
arms.
for naming 100 black people in 10 minutes?
yeah, there should be an award. Who can name the most black people?
I think so. But like no prep time. Did you not?
I raw dogged it.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For context listeners, there's a video on my second account where I tried to name 100 black people in 10 minutes. Managed to do it. Feel a bit bad. Nelson Mandela at 93 should have been a bit earlier, but
No, but that
Deji got ahead of him.
Deji did go ahead of him.
straight away. Deji like second.
Deji was third after Mandingo and KSI.
Maybe
I was out with a group of mates, and Deji DM'd this girl who I know, right? Being like, sliding in the DMs there.
Yeah.
So I took the phone and pretended to be her boyfriend. And then when I saw him, he like profusely apologized to me. And I just went, oh no, it's all good, mate, it's all good, it's all
Not
calm.
that
And he still doesn't know.
He's got a reputation, and Deji for he's quite prolific. Well, he DMs a lot of people. I don't know if
Yeah, I've heard that as well, in
Yeah.
fairness.
Mate, shoot to
it's a numbers
shoot.
game. Yeah,
Yeah. In terms of just pure like goal attempts,
exactly.
he's there.
I don't know what the conversion rate's like, but he takes a lot of shots.
Yeah. Exactly.
How
You gotta
many
respect the
on
hustle.
target? God knows.
Are we putting that in?
Which part?
Deji slander.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Outside of all that comedy stuff that we've been talking about, though, it does also say here you have 21 caps for the New Zealand rugby team, scoring 5 points.
Oh my! This guy. I've been battling with this guy in the SEO.
Is that not you?
So Google.
That's not you?
Well, Google can't make his mind up because sometimes I see articles with his face and it's about me.
Really?
Yeah. Well, when I started out, when you search my name, it came up with him, and then for a while it was me. But I think it's his rugby career and my comedy career are like battling it out.
Right.
But one day I think maybe he'll get too old to sort of do rugby, and then maybe I can like overtake. Then, but I followed him and he must have followed me. I mean, he's
So really, you're just hoping for a serious injury on this guy's part, so you can overtake him as the number one Finlay Christie in the world.
I mean, I think maybe he. I don't want him to get injured. I think if he could decide that it's not really what he wants to do, if he could get into,
Maybe he could get into stand-up.
well, no, what's it called, pickleball? Then he'll go completely obscure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There is a very, very slight resemblance. He could be
It's
like...
not a million miles away. Come on, Finlay.
Well, because the thing is,
He's just ginger.
it's a very Scottish name, and we both have a very Scottish look.
Yeah.
He looks like
Scottish.
I
even
didn't
more
have you as a
Scottish.
New Zealander, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's a New Zealander either.
He's from Scotland. His parents are
right.
Scottish. Yeah, they moved.
Yeah.
But I've watched interviews. I've watched his interviews. And, he's got the accent.
How does it feel to represent your country?
Amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Right. Moving on. I looked on your LinkedIn,
Okay.
and it says, which we touched on earlier, that you speak conversational Chinese.
Yeah. Well, don't test me on it. Is this?
Well, this is a question we ask all the guests.
Okay.
But I thought you.
No, it's not. Go on.
But as you speak Chinese, I'll ask it to you in Chinese.
Okay.
您认为中国政府发展8种经济走廊有哪些优势? So what do you think?
Oh man, is that What was
It's a yes/no question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I asked you summarize the benefits to the Chinese government of opening the China-Pakistan economic corridor.
Oh, you've done me there. That's not a yes/no question.
No, it's not. But thank you for your insightful answer. Let's move on to the next segment. Not news. This is where we touch on the biggest stories in the week and we give our opinions on it. These are the headlines this week. A remote Amazon tribe is connected to the internet and immediately became addicted to porn. A Pringles thief told police, once you pop, you can't stop. And an American school teacher has been placed on leave after holding a mock slave auction and using the N-word in class. So, let's start with our first story then. The social dynamics of Brazil's 2,000-strong Marubo tribe have been torn apart thanks to blunt smoker and Tony Stark inspiration Elon Musk's Starlink internet service, which connected the otherwise primitive community to the web for the first time. The Marubo, a traditionally conservative tribe who frown upon even kissing in public, have now been exposed to the joys of internet pornography for the first time, sharing the highlights in group chats and discovering kinks and fetishes as they go. Quote, "We're worried young people are going to want to try stuff," said Alfredo Marubo, a tribal elder. Have to say, if I was a tribesman with no internet for thousands of years, I'd Google porn straight away.
I mean,
I can't blame him.
I think at what point is that no longer a tribe? Do you know what I mean? If they're spearfishing in the day and watching Bang Bus in the evening, I don't know how much. If that, and also they won't have been on a real bus, so Bang Bus will be their reference for like they'll come to London, they'll see a double decker, and they'll be like, there must be so much fucking going on that bus.
That's an incredible point because they have no knowledge of our society outside of pornography.
Yeah. Well, are they not googling other stuff? And is it just?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Actually.
Or if they went straight for. If they went straight for porn and like missed like all of Wikipedia,
they'd be walking everywhere because it's not like they're getting into a taxi anytime soon.
They'd think washing machines were for cleaning people.
Yeah, true.
The amount of people are getting stuck in them.
They wouldn't know. They wouldn't understand the storylines of any porn because
it's not in whatever language they speak. So
how would they? Well, but why? But why has he done that? Why has Elon done that? Do you know what I mean?
God knows, because he's a megalomaniacal bastard.
They're happy.
They also don't have Netflix or anything, so the only idea of like a narrative structure they would have would be from porn. So maybe in like 20 years.
They've got like YouTube and stuff.
They only just got internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I assume like
they're definitely watching more porn than Netflix.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Who isn't?
I will say that initially, the internet was intended to be used to contact authorities for help with medical emergencies like deadly snake bites and stuff.
Snap banjo string.
But it's proved, snap banjo string maybe. Yeah. But it's proved so addictive that young people are, quote, foregoing essential survival activities to spend time on their phones. Right?
That is awful.
So, when it arrived, everyone was happy.
Yeah, can you just Google the snake bite thing? No, sorry, I'm watching the exploded breast implant video.
Yeah. Belle Delphine's walking around with a butt plug in. I've got to watch this. My friend's just dying on the floor. When it arrived, everyone was happy, quote, said a bloke with a name so unpronounceable I'm not even going to try. Now things have gotten worse. So young people have gotten lazy because of the internet. They're learning the ways of the white people. In the village, if you don't hunt, fish, and plant, you don't eat.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, we've got the leisure time to like really enjoy the internet.
That's what I'm saying. Are these people not dying?
If you actually had to survive in that time,
yeah,
that's really interesting. That they're genuinely like going without food so they can watch porn.
I think it maybe we've got a bit of a different viewpoint because I'm long in the pornography game now.
Right.
I've seen
10 years plus.
There's not much that's going to surprise me on there. But if I was just having it for the first time, that's like having your first beer when you're 13 and it's like opening up a new world to you.
They're so understimulated.
Yeah.
And then they've got the most overstimulating thing of all time.
Yeah.
The quote though, learning the way of the white people, if they really did, they wouldn't be hunting their fucking dinner every evening.
That's true. Yeah.
Use it for better than just fucking wanking
they'd be
yourself.
getting into cuck fantasies.
Yeah.
Cuck fantasies, wearing Gymshark, buying a new build house, having a finance Mercedes, going to Turkey for some new tea.
I genuinely argue that there isn't an empire in history that this wouldn't have the same effect on. Like if you took Western civilization and we weren't subjected to porn before and then just dropped it on us,
Yeah.
the whole world would crumble.
I don't blame him. I actually totally get it.
You wouldn't see me for like a month.
And I'm a pornography defender. Like, a lot of people go out there and it's like, oh, you know, porn's grim or whatever. But they also watch it. So I can't back those people.
I'm a defender.
Yeah.
Just not for people paying for it. I think that's mental.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's the one ethical. That's like the one defendable.
It's not even an ethical thing. I'm just thinking, why are you spending fucking 12 quid a month to watch someone's bikini videos whenever you can get all that for free?
No, but people do it from a moral. People pay for porn because then they
Oh,
know that they're getting it.
right, okay.
Yeah, it's like are you like a caged eggs guy as well?
I don't know what that means.
Neither do I.
When you get eggs that aren't free range, that you know you have to like seek them out in the supermarket. You can get like 100 for like 50p.
Oh, yeah, in the plastic trays.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
what you mean. I couldn't give a fuck about where my eggs came from. Like,
Yeah, yeah. There's no moral compass on this show.
it doesn't exist.
We'll get into some of that stuff later. So, tribespeople become so addicted that Marubo leaders, fearing that their oral history and culture will be lost forever because it's not written down anywhere.
There'll be a lot of oral in their history now.
Yeah. Nice. They have installed strict, like, parent, like, screen time hours.
Okay.
So, including a full ban on Sundays.
I mean, this is the tribe has screen time.
It's very Christian, like no wanking on the Sabbath.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No porn on Sundays. It's awesome stuff. A father, Kuiper Marubo, said he's anxious about his children playing violent first-person shooter games. Mate, they spearfish.
Yeah,
they already do that.
They're already killing real living things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose maybe that's his worry though, because your average fucking 14-year-old white child in London doesn't have the actual skills and ability to fucking form a spear and throw it at someone.
Yeah.
They already have these skills, so he's wearing is he going to actually use them with the influence?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? The reason we don't have those skills is because of the internet.
Yeah.
But if you've already killed,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's got anything to worry about.
But then, you know, the dark web. At some point, they'll learn how to get on the dark web, and then you can just get a gun. And then you're walking around the Amazon or wherever, you know. And then it's shooting at the water, trying to, you know. That's your new fishing. Now you're just.
Oh, you know what they did?
Blasting.
I used to live in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And they don't give a fuck about the environment, and there's no regulations there. So what they would do to fish, so we'd go out to sea and throw some dynamite in the water, and it would just explode.
Genius.
Then all the fish would just float to the top.
Very efficient.
This is on a coral reef as well.
Yeah.
Like on an actual protected coral reef.
But what do you mean the fish would float? With dynamite, they'd float to the top?
Yeah, it just explodes underwater, and then all the dead fish just float.
But they're not. But they're presumably like fish bits. They're not like. What?
You'd have to speak to the fishermen.
I'm assuming some of them would be sort of salvageable, but the majority of them are.
Dynamite, you light it, so wouldn't that go out in the water?
There's a lot of problems with this story.
This doesn't make any sense at all.
I thought that was true, but I don't know.
All the fish float to the top if you throw dynamite in the pond. It doesn't make any sense.
There's something out of Looney Tunes.
I think you're imagining a sort of Tom and Jerry dynamite with like a wick burning down in it. But I think it's actually a sort of. It's
This story doesn't make any sense. What is it? Is it like a proper? I mean,
it's like a bomb.
Okay, yeah.
Right? I haven't seen it.
I mean, it makes me think. You know, in the Simpsons movie, where what's the thing where all the fish, the pond gets electrocuted? And that's what I'm thinking of.
Sending a current.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Let me see if we can find some.
Yeah, you have a look at dynamite fishing, and
that's cool.
You know what I think about all those sort of, I don't want to be condescending, but shit weapons those tribespeople use instead of guns and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't really believe they work. Like you hear stories about people trying to go to uncontacted tribes and then getting killed by spears, but I don't think I can get killed by a spear because like how do you even throw that accurately over that distance?
Do you back yourself to go into an uncontacted tribe? Also, because
give me a real gun.
That's the thing. It was all missionaries going over there.
Yeah,
and they're all you know like top button done up missionaries.
Yeah, they're going in there with the wrong idea.
Right. Yeah. You
I'm not trying to kill them.
Okay, but you'd fire a couple of rounds up into the canopy just so that they
Yeah.
know what you're about.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Warning
understand
shots.
that, yeah.
I'm not scared by a poison dart at all.
Until it fucking sticks in your neck.
That I would get scared of. A spear, I'm kind of with you on that. I feel like I could kind
They're
of
not scary.
dodge around a spear.
Yeah.
But poison dart, nah, because you wouldn't see. They'd be in the trees.
Did any of you see the video where there was someone that went over to one of those tribes and he was running away from someone and someone was literally hiding under the water and jumps up as he tries to run across
Hey,
the
people
river
don't do
and
that in
throws a
real
spear
life.
in him.
That's like from Indiana Jones.
This was fucking footage I saw on TikTok a while ago, so it was
The
definitely
the tribe will watch this and be like, "Those guys are fucking idiots."
Yeah, that's true. Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
I know you guys missed the first few episodes, but you're here now. So thank you all. Sorry, we've got no pornography on this show for you. Maybe we should start an OnlyFans for the tribes. Actually, they're not going to pay it. They probably don't even have bank accounts.
Yeah.
And I don't want, like, what do they use? The barter system? I don't want
I'd like to bring that back.
the barter system.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
There's so
few
many
problems
people
with that.
back home, like my uncle would still go into like a sports shop and be like, "You'll take 30 quid." There's no haggling there.
Okay, that's not what a barter system is. That's bargaining.
Yeah. No, that's
I thought that
that's
was-
just threatening someone.
Yeah, that's
I thought that was whenever you could like bid for stuff and sort of
an auction.
right, okay,
Barter system is trading what you have for what someone else has.
right, okay.
So like, I give you my laptop, and you give me a blowy. Would be the barter system.
What laptop is it?
We'll work it out after. Right.
Now you're getting it. That's the barter economy.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next one? Okay. It's Grand Theft Asda as Nottinghamshire native and infamous heistmeister Adam Spencer pleaded guilty to a 2-month thieving spree, a reign of terror, if you will, in April and May, including stealing 17 tubes of Pringles in one go from an Iceland. Which I thought, maybe I'm going to show the class divide. Yeah, I thought everything in Iceland, I've never been to Iceland, I thought it was all frozen.
Nah, you can get anything. They have a lot of frozen food, like, but
Yeah, that's the name of the shop.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been in one once, but my memory of it was that everything was frozen. This I've been Mandela affected with.
are you like M&S shoppers or
Yes.
where?
Well, Waitrose. Well, I've got a Sainsbury's near. Now I'm living on my own. I go Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
I've never
back-
been in a
but-
Waitrose.
At home.
Oh, at home.
At
Yeah.
home, it's Waitrose.
Yeah,
All-
I went to an M&S for the first time like 2 years ago and literally got imposter syndrome as soon as I walked into it.
You didn't feel like you
Nah.
were allowed to be.
I just went straight back. There's a Poundland next door.
They need to improve the security on Waitrose.
Also, how do you steal that's a lot of Pringles, 17 tubes.
Yeah.
Surely the
You can't
security
hide that
guard would
under a
see.
jacket.
Surely the security guard would see 17 tubes being taken out of the store.
One up the arse.
Is it the mini tubes or the long ones though?
Big one, I would have thought. Bit of practice.
Are you taking that up your ass?
Well, if I, give me a few months of training, maybe I could give it a go. One in each side of the jacket, and then you need to find room for another 14. So
I think it would take a while to. You could gape in like a stock room and then get one up your ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'd be a lot of God, it feels like Taskmaster. There'd be a way to do it.
We're assuming he's sneaking them out though. He could have just grabbed a box and ran out the door.
that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
It's probably what he did.
Yeah.
He probably put them in a basket. No, but it just ran off with it.
Yeah. Oh, he wouldn't steal a basket as well.
Dirty boy.
Awful.
I feel like if you're gonna rob something, you got to shoot for the stars. Though, don't just settle on Pringles. That's better stuff.
Pringles aren't good. Do you like Pringles?
Barbecue Pringles are nice.
They're all right.
quite bland as crisps go, I think.
Bland.
Yeah.
What crisp? What'd you steal?
Salt and vinegar Pringles take the roof of your mouth off.
No. They don't. They taste like
Serious?
nothing. Pringles are so. I don't know what it is. I feel like when I open like a bag, I just feel like the flavor's been retained much better in the little Walker's bag.
Okay, how do you feel about this? In Indonesia, they got Pringles in a bag.
I'd be open to it.
Yeah,
But in a tube, it just feels.
you dabble.
Are they the exact same shape and size in the bag?
They're mini Pringles in a bag.
Nah, it's not the same.
No, what?
Mini Pringles.
Yeah.
You just
It's not
have two,
the
it's
shape and the texture and the crunch of a Pringle isn't going to be the same with the fucking mini one condensed into a bag.
You haven't had one, and I have, and I'm telling you, it's exactly the fucking
I
same,
disagree.
so-
I think I'd prefer the mini, because there's flavour gas going around in the bag, but I think the tube is just not.
Let's just drill down into flavour gas there for a second.
I don't know what I mean, but but sort of there's a I don't know. It just,
Do you think in a tube all the flavour falls to the bottom and comes off the?
I think there's
Pringles?
holes or something in it. I think it comes out the side.
It leaks.
somehow. I think it's better preserved in the packets. Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but Pringles aren't that good, and I don't think it's worth risking. Although to be honest, this story is probably made Pringles enough money that they probably should let the kid go.
He hasn't been arrested by Pringles.
Okay. I thought it was a police task force.
Yeah, it's a paramilitary.
Yeah.
So he actually broke into one shop twice in one day, stealing over 300 quid of meat products. He was spotted by a patrol who recognised the suspect and attempted to flee on his bike, but he was caught by officers running after him on foot.
That's
Which-
embarrassing.
How's that even
That is
possible?
embarrassing. Well, he's so fat from all these crisps.
yeah.
He's barely making it away on the bike.
After his arrest, he described the addictive thrill of burglary by telling officers, once you pop, you can't stop, which is awesome.
There we go.
He pleaded guilty to 5 robberies and received a 6-month prison sentence. Which, I don't know. You don't like Pringles anyway, so wouldn't be worth it.
I just think, I mean, the meat products though. That is, I don't know. That feels.
I've
worse.
I've witnessed people doing that. So this guy must be a druggie, because what they do is they go and nick like a whole rack of ribs and then trade it for crack. I've seen it happen in my local Waitrose.
Are crack dealers like cash converters? They just take anything. Is it like you just? They're still operating on barter economy. Crack dealers.
Well, I guess someone's got to eat the ribs. I guess so, but I don't know. I saw it happen. I saw a crackhead stealing ribs.
When?
How do you know he just wasn't eating them though?
Because
Why
don't
do you
eat
assume that he's just selling it? Like, I don't think there's too many people trying to buy.
They don't eat food.
Maybe he wanted ribs.
This guy was ordered to pay 200 quid in compensation and complete a 6-month drug rehabilitation program, which if we go back to the 300 quid of meat products means he's actually profited here.
Once you pop, you just can't stop. That actually has a darker meaning now that we know he's a drug addict. That's horrible. Well, yeah, you steal a higher value item than that.
How do they come to the figures though? Like, if he's stealing £300 worth of items and only paying £200 back.
Yeah, I know. This is a money making scheme.
Yeah.
He also gets like 6 months in prison, which is like, that's just free living at that point.
And loads of drugs in prison.
Yeah, loads.
He'll be fine.
So it's worked out quite nicely for old Adam Spencer. I was gonna say, yeah. What is the most expensive thing you'd feel comfortable stealing?
Oh, I'd feel comfortable stealing something. The only thing I've ever stolen in my life.
Right. Apart from all the bags that you steal every time you go to shop, but
yeah. Apart from those, I will steal something that is. I just had the urge. You know when you see something that's just too expensive, you're like, that is overpriced. You know those like fruit and nut bars. They're always like £7, but it's just a tiny little.
yeah.
I've nicked one of those because I was like, that is.
Recently?
No. When I was at uni, from the uni refectory, they had the fruit and nut bars, and I was like, I'm not paying for it.
They're not even that nice to be £7.
That's the thing. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They make you feel kind of like good and healthy, but then you think about how much you've paid for it, and that
ruins it.
Is gone. Yeah.
I've got a mate, and I will not release any information about him. But I have a mate who used to work at a high-end clothing shop, right? And what he would do, so he'd go into the changing rooms, just try on the clothes, and then just when he left for his shift, he would just leave with the clothes on.
Was he ever found out about it?
No.
Worked out well then.
Yeah.
Would he? Yeah, but he wouldn't come back into, because I thought they were kind of allowed to have clothes from the shop. You were supposed to wear the clothes from the shop to promote the shop anyway.
But they'll give you like
Kind of
bog
allowed
standard
to.
stuff probably if you're keeping it. They won't give you like the expensive stuff.
Oh, I'm sounding
This
so
was
sheltered.
This was expensive shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right, I understand.
Like it was a high-end clothes shop.
Yeah, you would do that though. But it's shit working in retail, isn't it?
It's not the same stealing from somewhere you work, because I feel like everyone does that to some degree, especially if you work in a restaurant, if you work in
What have you
bar.
stolen from here?
What have I stolen from here? Maybe a hoodie or something.
Sorry?
A hoodie.
Hoodie.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought
There's
you
like
said...
a Poker Stars hoodie sitting like right beside my table, and it was still in package. It was there for like a month, and I was like, right, this is mine now.
I don't think that's even stealing. I think that's finding.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think the British Empire philosophy really comes through there. Because if it's just sitting there, doing nothing,
Sitting there.
then I think it's yours.
Yeah. But, yeah. India was just sitting there, wasn't it?
Well, they didn't come to us. Let's just say that. Right, next story. An American school teacher has been placed on leave after holding a mock slave auction and using the N-word in class. We move on to our favourite mini segment, American Unintelligence, as a moronic teacher from Southborough, Massachusetts, has been placed on paid administrative leave after holding a fake slave auction and dropping the big N-bomb in a pair of incidents earlier this month. The, quote, impromptu mock slave auction happened in January during a history lesson about the economy of the southern colonies. The class involved was year 5, so 9 to 10-year-olds, which I thought I would maybe understand doing this with like 17-year-olds who can grasp the context of what this is.
Yeah.
But imagine if you're 5 and you're just participating in a slave auction.
I thought you were getting at that the 17-year-olds would be more actual use at an auction.
No, come on, the 10-year-olds, they'd be of use as well. You can put a 10
Certain bidders, yeah.
Yeah.
Different jobs, but...
Before we start making fun of this,
yeah.
it's bad. The story's bad.
It is very bad.
Before...
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah.
We don't know. We sometimes forget to do that on the show, that we oppose some of the stuff we say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, let's carry on.
Yeah. So the educator who asked 2 children sitting in front of the room, who were of colour, of no surprise to anyone, to stand, and the educator in the class discussed physical attributes, for example, teeth and strength. The second incident happened when the same teacher was reading a book to students. Whilst reading and discussing the book, the teacher used the N-word. These are the 2 bits you guys are going to like. The book was not part of the 5th grade curriculum, and it was later brought to the district's attention that the N-word does not appear in the book.
Okay.
So he's just said it twice for no reason.
He's just ad-libbing racial slurs.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. I mean, that is... I don't know what to make of that. I mean, the thing that really is I mean, I want to reiterate what you said, which is like, yeah, if it was like... It's the kind of thing that if you were with some friends...
Yeah.
And you were kind of like... You were talking about how fucked up it is... And then you were like, oh, imagine if we did it now, you know, oh, come up here. This is what I'd be like, da-da-da. But when they can't understand what's going on,
Yeah.
that's just your sick fantasy that you're fulfilling with these children.
Yeah.
That is awful. And it's like questions like, you know, you wonder, is that why you're in teaching?
Yeah.
Is that, have you gotten into this?
It's sort of like if Impractical Jokers went a bit off the rails.
Yeah.
Like they got him in to teach a classroom full of kids, and then they were all sitting behind the monitor like, oh, you say the N-word, say the N-word. Like that. It's like, it doesn't seem like a real scenario. That being said, I have read Huckleberry Finn at school, so I have heard English teachers say the N-word before.
I haven't, but was that in Singapore? Where was that?
Where was it? No, I think it was in England, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard a teacher say
We didn't have loads of black people in my school. Has to be said.
There wasn't a single one in my school.
Really?
None.
There wasn't any in your village though, so
Nah.
like
I didn't meet...
they're not like excluding people there. There's just the selection.
Yeah.
Is
I don't think I met a black person that was like 14.
That's great.
Well then, but that also...
Not even joking.
Yeah.
That is... Wow.
Just the village I live
You're
in.
from Liam Neeson country as well.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't have the same opinion as he does about them.
It's crazy that you lived in Singapore for
4 years.
4 years and you can't name 100 Asian people.
Well, like, okay, well, actually, interestingly, in Singapore, so they have international schools and local schools.
Okay.
And Singaporean people aren't allowed to go to international schools. So we only had international people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there were no... Okay.
But I don't think it makes for a great video if I sit there and name every, like, son of a Maharaja that went to my school. Like, just loads and loads of Indian people.
You can't just name people that you...
Yeah.
That you know.
I think it's more entertainment value if you just go, like, Po from Kung Fu Panda. Tigress from Kung Fu Panda. Mantis, Kung Fu Panda, you know. That snake that Proddy fancies. You seen that clip?
Nah. He fancies a snake from Kung Fu
Snake
Panda.
from Kung Fu Panda. He says it's a sexy snake. You know
That's
that
a strange one.
with the eyelashes.
Maybe she is a sexy snake.
I don't know. I think Tigress is kind of a bad bitch.
I remember Tigress.
Yeah.
Such a good film, that.
That's
she's got fuck me eyes, but
yeah. That's what probably was like, oh, I really fancy the snake.
nah, I'll take the tiger.
I think the head game crazy off the snake.
The thing. That's a deep throat.
Yeah, she's only got 4 teeth as well, judging by that picture. So you can slot right in between there.
Yeah, but there's been an element of danger there.
This is the ultimate like cartoon one.
Isn't that
Angelina Jolie? I think.
No. Look up that fucking Plants vs Zombies pea shooter.
The pea shooter.
Come on, look at that thing, mate.
That's got fucking suction behind it.
Look at that. That is a nutbuster 3000.
Wow. I never thought about that.
No, you don't want that
You're
one.
so
you
right.
really don't want that one.
But I'm thinking that's 4 cocks. That's fitting in.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You might get a little bit lost in there. I don't know if there's. I've
True.
never seen the pea shooter clasp.
But I'd be like throwing a hot dog down
I
the
don't know if
hallway.
there's grip there. Yeah.
In all these photos, it's just wide. Oh Jesus, that's not a good costume for a child after what we just discussed.
Christ. Yeah. Wow, fantastic. So, I think the upshot of that little discussion we just had is slavery was wrong, and we're all against it. Let's move on to our sports segment then. Snatch of the day. Got a couple of stories for you. First is IShowSpeed's was injured at the Cheese Rolling World Championships that took place last week. Like Zara Larsson throughout her dating history, we now go over to the BBC. American social media sensation and rapper, according to the Beeb, has been admitted to hospital after injuring himself in Gloucestershire's famous cheese rolling race. Are you aware of this?
No, I didn't know about this prior to
looking this up.
I mean, the election has been going on. That's the main thing I've been focusing on. I didn't know about IShowSpeed and the cheese rolling.
Did you know about cheese rolling at all? Though?
I kind of know what it is. I know it's one of these weird provincial sports.
Yeah. It's a sport that Gloucestershire residents created so they could win at something, and is now dominated by foreign players.
Yeah, Canadians always seem to win.
Canadians always fucking win this. Yeah. So IShowSpeed, I don't know, he has an interest in this.
Give it a watch.
Real name, by the way. You know his real name?
Not a clue.
Darren Watkins Jr. Which is like, he just doesn't look like a Darren.
Nah.
Does he?
He's small.
Yeah, I know. Darrens don't have that trim. There's no way. So he absolutely blew his knee out in the first race, and then said afterwards in an interview that all he wanted to do now was compete in the second race. Which, you got to respect the mentality of a top athlete like that.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, 4th place finish.
How do you finish? Surely you can only win or not win.
Yeah, but if
there's only one cheese.
If you come 3rd, 4th, 5th, you'd maybe consider doing it again.
But how do you come 3rd in this? But there's only one cheese.
There's the person who gets the cheese. Does then everyone descend on the person with the cheese?
No, it's the one person gets the cheese, but if you're the 4th person to the bottom of the hill, you're doing better.
There's no fucking way he came 4th. We just watched it. He's behind loads of people. It seems weird that you can finish, because it's not really a... Well, I guess it's a race, but it's not really.
I think that undermines the sport that you can have placings in the cheese race.
Yeah, it's about the glory of being the one guy.
It's not about who gets to the bottom of the hill. It's about who gets the cheese at the end of the day. And I don't think we should be handing out participation trophies to anyone who gets to the bottom of the hill. I could get to the bottom of the hill. I couldn't get the cheese.
I feel like anyone could get to the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
So
point, in my own time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the cheese is bouncing all over the place. That's the tough part.
That's what they train all year for. That's what they put the blood, sweat, and tears.
I've gone from being really doubtful of this sport to like defending the integrity of it. I don't think.
How do you think you get on at the cheese rolling?
I don't really like getting dirty. Is the thing. I do it on a hot day.
I'd blow my back out instantly, and then I do the cheese.
See, someone died at it a few years ago.
Yeah, people have. It's quite a lethal sport.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking idiotic.
They are hunting that. This is hunting your food. This is how Gloucestershire people get their cheese normally.
Every day.
Have you been to Gloucestershire?
Haven't.
Not since I went on 2 Mondays ago.
Yeah, what for? What'd you go down for?
I went for a club appearance. Very chavvy.
Well, I went to Gloucester, not the Shire, but I've been to a lot of city centres doing comedy,
Okay.
And what I found is like most city centres, you get crackheads, you get people on drugs.
I've seen them.
But people in Gloucester, they're on. I don't know what it's. They're like heroin. It's heroin.
Yeah.
It's not crack in Gloucester. It's,
really?
They're junkies. They're proper. It's like skag. It's not crack. You can tell.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that the worst place you've encountered that kind of thing in a gig?
Well, what surprised me was that it was just them. I didn't see any people other than.
Oh shit, just them.
Just the heroin addicts. Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing they scraped all that money up to buy tickets to your show.
Yeah, no. Well, that was the one of them did actually come in to the gig and then like walked out again.
Stole a beer.
But we were in the gentrified bit.
Yeah.
And everyone's gathering there.
Yeah.
Because I think they've just let the city centre go.
What is your audience like? Is it gentrified? Yeah.
It's a mixture of like very, very young people.
Okay.
Very younger than me.
Okay. Well, when you said very, I thought we were going like even younger than that.
No, so like, but when I say very, I mean like there's a lot of like 18, 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
I've had people come with their parents to my shows.
Oh, nice.
And then it's a mixture of them, very, very old people who've seen me at gigs.
Yeah.
And
Is that the only people who actually go to them?
well, they go to things, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was quite hard to get young people out of the house. And then people, I have quite a lot of Asian fans because I did a series.
Okay.
I did a video where I spoke in Urdu and it went viral in Pakistan.
Okay.
Because I said I'm a white boy in Urdu twice.
Nice.
And then
A hot ticket in Islamabad, mate.
That's all you need to do is if you shout out like a small, like I had loads of Turkish fans because I think I said Istanbul in the video, and loads of people shared it. It's amazing.
You kind of already do it with the national anthem things.
There we go.
I guess so. Yeah.
Have you got many fans from
Mongolia's
those
up
countries?
next, so hang in there, guys. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, what are we talking about?
We're talking about cheese roll. See at the end of it as
We
well.
got so far off track.
The winners were talking about what they're going to do with the cheese.
Sorry.
Yeah. The winners at the end of it were talking about what they're going to do with the cheese as if there's a lot of options. Like, what the fuck? You're going to eat it or it's going to go off. They don't have a long shelf life.
Yeah, they always talk about what they're going to do with the cheese.
Yeah.
Dylan Twist from Australia, who won the race, said, "I might eat the cheese at some stage."
This is such a boring sport, isn't it? I might eat the cheese. What kind of cheese is it?
It's just a wheel of Gloucester cheese.
Double Gloucester.
Cheese.
Which,
I say that, but I would be breaking out the George Foreman and making a fucking massive toasty after this.
yeah.
That's the only good thing I can think about winning
They
this.
needed another couple of events with 2 big slices of bread.
Yeah, and a George Foreman.
Yeah.
Chasing down the hill after a George Foreman grill.
Just George Foreman himself.
Yeah.
Get
Is
him
he a
over.
real bloke?
Yeah, the boxer.
Yeah.
No.
They named
Yeah.
it after the boxer, yeah.
It's his thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know,
I never put those together.
I'm pretty sure he's the fighter that got his ear bit off by Mike Tyson.
No, that was Evander Holyfield.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did they fight though? They might have done. Anyway, the George Foreman grill is George Foreman, the
He'll be
boxer.
fighting a YouTuber at some stage and then you'll find out.
Yeah,
Is he still alive? No.
he is.
Oh, really?
I think. Let me fact check that.
The women's race was won by Abby Lamp from North Carolina. That's a long way to go for a cheese. It's her second win, having first won in 2022. So
How do you practice that in North Carolina? Are there competitions over there as well?
Must be. They're like
But no-
heats.
But it might be a different category because they've got different cheese.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't think the cheese get. You know, you can't just start playing on clay and then playing on grass.
Yeah.
I don't think.
No way.
I just don't think you can go across like that. Nadal dominates on clay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he didn't win as many Wimbledons.
He's alive and well, by the way. He's 75 years old.
Is he?
Yeah.
He wouldn't be very good at this.
Nah. So you'd probably have to go with the actual grill.
Yeah. She's planning on shipping the cheese back to the States, which hefty import charges on that because it's a big cheese. It's not worth it.
Is it? It didn't look that big on the video. Is
No,
it?
it's a proper weighty thing like that.
Okay.
A round. Yeah, absolutely. Right, moving on then to our Euros preview. As we know, you're a massive football fan, given that you didn't know who Karim Benzema was before we started.
Drogba, is he still playing?
I don't know.
I think he has a political role in the Ivory Coast now.
Oh, that's how long ago it was that I was playing FIFA.
Yeah.
It was 2012, 2013.
Drogba
He was
probably
in his prime-
retired
prime
in like
Drogba,
2015,
That's when I had
2016.
FIFA,
Yeah,
I used to
yeah.
always play as Norwich. If you play as
Why?
Norwich on FIFA, the commentator,
Yeah.
there's some glitch in the game. I don't know. I think this was like FIFA. I can't remember which FIFA it was.
Yeah.
But he talks about how he went to university in Norwich, but for some reason they play the clip. They play that way too many times. So if you play with Norwich, whoever you're playing with gets so annoyed. Why does he keep talking about going?
You'll score a goal and you start talking
Yeah,
about Juni does.
genuinely.
It's a slight psychological advantage.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine games. But I know the Norwich team from like 2012.
Name some players.
Yeah, go on, name a player.
Robert Snodgrass,
Yeah. This is great.
Krul, the goalkeeper.
Tim Krul,
Tim Krul.
Cruel,
Dutch
yeah.
goalkeeper.
He was a penalty master.
Yeah. Was Wes Houlihan there at that stage?
Oh, Wes Houlihan, maybe. Maybe Wes Houlihan was there. Yeah, that rings a bell.
I like this is the only football knowledge you have.
Yeah, just Norwich.
Just this Norwich team.
And Drogba, I remember Drogba.
Yeah.
Ronaldinho, remember him?
Okay.
What other Rooney?
Do you remember when he got his hair transplant?
Who?
Rooney?
Yeah.
Has he?
You missed that.
It was
Has Rooney got
awful.
hair now?
This
That
would
was
have
in
been
like 2009.
yeah, hot news in 2009.
Because he was bald, obviously. For a
And then
while.
he got a hairline. He got a hair transplant and somehow ended up more bald.
Oh, maybe now I think of it. Maybe he does have hair. Yeah.
It looks awful. He also shagged a few grannies. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, yeah.
No.
He cheated on his wife with like granny hookers.
Grannies, yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, you've got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was 2007, I think.
But every season it's a whole new thing, right? So I could get into it at any point.
No, you have to watch all the football from the start. Otherwise you won't understand what's happening in the later seasons.
But there's too much to get into. I can't. It's like Game of Thrones.
You need to catch up on the lore.
Yeah, 1992 is the first Premier League season. So if you go from there, if you really want to know all the history, then you've got to go all the way back to the founding of the Football League in 1888. But
Okay.
it's a lot to catch up on. Yeah.
I might not. I might just not. I might get.
I'm worried. I'm worrying that if you go in now, you'll be missing a lot of references.
Well, you've got football news, haven't you? Let's start with this.
Yeah, let's start with the football news. We're talking about the Euros. Have you heard of the Euros?
I know the Euros.
You strike me as the kind of guy whose favourite football team is England.
I will follow football if England's playing. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Your favourite football team, England?
Norwich and England.
Can't say England's my favourite team. No.
Ireland?
Yeah, but they haven't got the tournament in like fucking 8 years.
What a shame. Even Scotland made it.
Yeah. So, do you actually have like Scottish family?
Yeah, my dad's from Aberdeen.
Would you not
would he
support
be
Scotland at
supporting
all? If England Scotland were playing in your house, would you?
And no, my dad, he's lived in England for 25
right, okay,
years.
okay.
Traitorous bastard. I thought if you were born there, like, never leaves you, but I guess.
My dad is unusually unpatriotic for a Scottish person.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about what if the Euros, instead of playing football, they just force each other, the teams.
Yeah.
And that determines the winner. It's just a brawl to the death. Because immediately, the favourites for the Euros, France, right?
They're going right to the bottom.
They're out. As soon as something kicks off,
They're running for the hills.
yeah, their backs are turned, they're running for the hills. So immediately they're out.
Yeah.
I think there's a few. Every time there's an international tournament, you always think teams like Poland and Austria are going to do well, and they always do shit.
Yeah.
But I think this time, like Poland, the land of the machete, definitely has a chance.
Yeah. Especially if it gets to like the knockout stages and they get drew with Germany. It could get very tasty.
A comeback story.
Yeah.
a revenge arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They kind of did we kind of beat them. Poland were some of our best RAF pilots were Poles and Croats in World War II.
Right.
Do you remember that? Fucking
World War II.
Only
Yeah.
20 years ago.
World War II. I don't remember. Was there another one? I'm only aware of
the great one.
the first. Yeah, the Great War. Yeah. Well, I don't know why anybody calls it World War One because there's no others.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was like if you prefer World War One to World War Two because you see it as more real. Do you know what I mean? It was more gruesome. You seem like that kind of guy where you're like, nah, forget the technology, just mud, trench foot.
It's like football before VAR.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The technology's ruining the game.
That's how old school you are. World War Two is too modern.
It is true that going in the army like used to mean putting your life on the line, and now you could be in the army and you're sitting like in a bunker in Peckham.
Yeah.
And you press a button and a missile drops on somewhere millions of miles away.
Yeah.
Which takes out the romance for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's no there's all the good war poetry's from the grim one.
Yeah, from the bad one.
From Douglas Haig. Douglas Haig, man.
This is going to get lost on us very quick, the literary stuff.
Yeah, no, Haig was the one who sent everyone down in the Somme, right? He was the one who just sent all those men, knew that they were all going to die and just did it anyway.
I think it's a bit mental that they spent 4 years fighting over 100 yards.
I mean...
You know about when World War One, they just trenched in and they didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, World War Two's the exciting one, right?
A lot more going on.
A lot more going on. But World War One, you know.
There's a lot more teams playing.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's different theatres. There's different.
Yeah.
World War Two is
elite.
It's elite, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you had to pick one European country to win a sort of bracket style fight to the death tournament,
good question.
Yeah.
It's a very good question.
who do you think's going to win this?
Well, we have to think about population.
Water me.
We have to think about.
No, it's
the actual
It's
players.
the players. It's 11v11.
I don't,
Yeah, but
we also don't know these players from fucking all these random countries.
I know, but what I'm saying is, population will become important because China. There's got to be some good.
China are not
fighters.
in the Euros.
I was thinking World Cup.
Yeah,
That's an important format point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from, but we are talking 11v11 gladiator style.
Okay, ignore me.
Yeah, I think England's out straight away as well. I don't think.
Who are we
England's
going
got
to
a
lose
chance.
to?
For a start, you've got like the one
I
person.
think we beat France.
Yeah.
We beat the Dutch.
We
beat the
is
Belgians.
it with the footballers, or are we getting new teams of fighters?
Footballers, with the footballers.
With the footballers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I
like-
misunderstood.
Like
Yeah.
Harry Maguire, if you got a bit of weight behind a headbutt with that head of his, he's doing a bit of damage. But then you've got like Anthony Gordon, who looks like fucking Claire Baldwin. That's not threatening anyone. And Cole Palmer as well. He can't be taken
Looks like Luke
seriously.
Bennett, yeah.
He can't be taken seriously until he learns to close his mouth.
Do you know who would win? Everyone would go up to fight Ukraine, and then they'd lose on purpose.
Match fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a lot of practice in
You can't
recently, though.
really pound a Ukrainian with the same force as you could a couple of years ago because the guilt
Would
kicks
feel,
in.
yeah. The poster of the survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
The post traumatic.
Did Russia make it? Because they'd probably be up for that.
Russia in it? Yeah.
That's the thing. Russia would get knocked out, I think, even though they're good fighters.
I think
Everyone
people
would
would be
team up
so
against them.
motivated
Yeah.
to take
Yeah.
them out. Yeah, that's a great
the
point.
crowd would be going crazy.
I think yous are sleeping on Serbia.
I was going to bring up the Balkans.
Yeah.
Because those guys have that dog in them because
Yeah.
they've lived through like the Eastern Bloc days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
it
yeah,
came to
Serbia.
like
Shout.
if it came to that last man standing Royal Rumble, Alexander Mitrovic,
Yeah.
I think he takes the crown.
Does
He's
Kosovo
Serbian.
have a team?
I don't.
I think
don't
they
think
had
they
one for a
qualified for
while.
this
Yeah,
tournament.
but
Okay.
But yeah, that would be a great. I think like sort of Albania, Macedonia, Moldova.
yeah,
The thing about Moldova, I don't quite believe in them as much because they're so deprived. I think the players might actually be malnourished.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be helpful in war. Serbia's
all
got
the
a great
countries
shout.
that deadlifts are named after.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be doing well in this.
And I think the romance countries, Spain, Italy, Switzerland, no chance.
I think Italy might have Spain. Yeah, forget it. Spain get knocked out quick, but
Easy.
Italy. I don't.
You think
know.
Italy have a chance of winning this? They're too flamboyant.
Do you think
You think Italy have a chance of
Of the
not getting
romance-
battered by a load of Serbs?
of the romance countries?
Yeah.
I think Italy has the best chance.
Maybe.
but I haven't seen the teams. I'm just imagining that the Italians have got some.
I think
through the football teams over the years, Italy would be pretty hard. If you think like Chiellini, Bonucci, Barzagli, that
those
back
guys
three.
don't play anymore. Like,
Yeah, but I'm not familiar with their exact starting 11 now.
Yeah.
But historically, they've had a team that would probably
I
at
think
least be top 3.
You know the players.
if we look at the history of war, Italy have always done terribly. Always. Because I think Italians are like they're too concerned about their hair than to fight properly.
You're right.
They're too stylish.
You know, even Mussolini said during the Second World War, he was like, I don't think Italians have it in them genetically to fight a war.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
He was right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think they've got it in them to win this. I think it's going to be a Balkan off.
But then but if we're talking about, I mean, we have to bring up the Germans then. If we're talking about sort of fighting spirit,
yeah.
They've done their fighting.
Do you think it's been
Yeah.
beaten out of them?
I think
no,
the-
because all it takes is for them to be encouraged.
Yeah, that's true. Let's not forget Hitler was an elected official.
Yeah.
He didn't seize power. He was elected by the people because he gave them some motivation.
you also don't want certain countries making alliances again.
Yeah.
There's a very good, like, high risk of that happening.
Collusion.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you could collude in this game, but...
Former allies joining together again to battle to the death against a...
We've not even talked about Northern Europe.
No.
They're big fuckers, aren't they?
Like the Vikings,
Like,
the
yeah.
Swedes, the Norwegians.
Yeah, true.
Have they not got a high... What's the tallest European
Dutch.
team?
Dutch for sure.
Oh, the Dutch.
They're very tall.
Yeah.
I felt like a little gimp when I was in Holland.
Ah. And then heaviest. If you had to put one straight up in... If you had to put your money on one of them,
Yeah.
of all the Balkan countries...
I'll go Albanians.
You go Albania.
I'm a fan of their mafia.
Okay.
I'll be going Serbia
And
to win it all.
I think it would be Ukraine. I honestly think it would be Ukraine.
brilliant. So there are our favourites to take down the Euros. Welcome then to our game segment. This is Gamey Schumer coming at you now. And off the back of a controversial and undecided cheese ball eating world championships in an earlier episode in which we scranned a load of Whatsits, we've come for round 2 in which we will try and eat as many Quavers. Well, I say as many Quavers as possible. First person to finish all the Quavers wins. It's going to be me versus Aiden versus Finlay. Do you like Quavers?
I can't remember what they taste like.
I think they're fucking grim. They're the worst crisp.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't mind them.
No, skips. Skips are the worst.
Skips would be hard to, like, properly get down you.
Twiglets? How do you feel about those?
Oh, I like them.
Yeah?
I don't even know what
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are.
It's sort of like, it is sort of like having a bit off a tree, though.
Twiglets, they're like... What are frazzles?
Frazzles are nice.
Frazzles are good.
Bacon rashers.
I didn't think nothing tops the pickled onion Monster Munch personally, but
I actually prefer the other... I like the Monster Munch, but I like
you
the...
might be the only person in the
spicy
world
person.
who likes
I like
that
all
one.
3 flavours equally
Yeah?
with the Monster Munch.
You're
Although
a
it does
crazy
feel
guy,
like-
though. You get all 3 flavours home and you mix them all in a bowl and just sort of lucky dip.
I've never done that, but that sounds genius.
Yeah. Anyway, the rules are we're gonna raw dog it this time. No water until you finish.
All right.
But finishing we mean complete chewing and have an empty bowl. And we'll see who's the true champion.
Each person's got a 16-gram bag.
Can you pick up the bowl?
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely fine. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
It was hard to get down.
Done.
That's in my throat.
Easy. Well, you put your bowl up way before you
I was still chewing. No, you got to finish chewing and have the bowl up, so
Yeah.
you won.
Well, sweet.
All of mine just got caught in my throat. You were like a good bit behind getting them into your mouth.
Yeah.
You got them down here right and quick.
Slow and steady.
Hey, that was an incredible strategy because I just went all in.
So did
I even picked one off the floor because I was worried about a repeat of last time.
I did as well. I dropped one.
Right, Finley, huge congratulations. You
Thank
probably
you,
won't
man.
want to shake my hand.
Very cheesy handshake.
Wow. So we still haven't decided out of who of us is best because we've both been.
That was pretty equal again.
That was pretty equal again. Finley, I can't believe that you came out from absolutely
I know.
fucking nowhere
I
to
didn't
win
think I'd be
that
good at it. And I burnt the roof of my mouth yesterday, so it was painful. I was in pain the whole time.
At least now we know next time if it's like a Quaver style crisp, swallow them as you go. I just tried to fucking get them all in and then
Yeah, all in the mouth.
as soon as I tried to swallow I just choked.
Whereas
Well, try
the
it.
what's it, the much more effective technique is to fill your mouth first
Yeah.
rather than trying to eat them one at a time.
The prize, by the way, is a packet of Quavers.
Brilliant.
Congratulations.
Take them home with you.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. What a game. Brilliant. Right, let's move on to questionable then. This is our fan interaction segment where I ask you a specific question and we react to the greatest answers. This week I asked you, what is the most outlandish thing you genuinely believe? As always, with my audience, they're not particularly good at interaction, so take all of these answers with a pinch of salt. First one, get your cock out for a chocolate biscuit. Doesn't specifically answer the question there, but next one. I think Stevie Wonder is pretending to be blind. 100% agree.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
How does he play the fucking instruments?
That's a good one.
If he's blind.
I saw a clip as well that he was walking past, someone was holding out like a bottle of water or something.
Yeah.
He just grabbed it.
It's a really, do you know, of all the conspiracy theories, it might be my favourite. That's
I don't think it's a theory.
not actually blind.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of them though. Like Helen Keller, how does she write those books, mate? If she can't see the paper. They said she dictated them. Very hard to dictate them.
And how do you learn to speak if you're?
Yeah, because she's also deaf.
Yeah.
Maybe all blind people are pretending.
Well, also you would think if you're pretending, because the sunglasses are like you know.
Yeah.
You're hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Why have we never seen you without the sunglasses on? It
is true. Yeah.
And I can't even see the eyes behind the sunglasses.
No. But we stumbled into something here. Why do blind people all wear shades? Because surely if you're blind, doesn't matter anyway.
A lot of them don't have the same control of their eyes though. Or if it's been through an injury, maybe their eye looks a bit fucked up and they don't want people seeing it.
Yeah, actually, this happened. So my grandpa is a champion fives player. Not sure if you've heard of this game. Fives.
No way.
Yeah.
What the fuck is fives?
Fives is like a private school sport that's played in a concrete.
You got so excited at
I
that.
was way too impressed. By that.
a concrete
was
court.
way too
It's a little
impressed.
bit like squash, but you hit the ball with your hand. It's got a glove and a special ball.
Like handball.
It's like handball. It's like slap
Yeah,
ball.
yeah, it's similar.
But it's like they base it on the wall at Eton, so there's the exact same.
There's three types. There's Eton fives, Rugby fives, and Winchester fives. They're all related games. Anyway, he's a champion fives player, and he got basically smacked in the face, and it's a rock hard little ball, smacked in the eye, and it like damaged his eye like that.
Jeez.
And so for a whole summer, right, he was wearing shades because his eye was damaged and it let too much light in otherwise.
Okay.
And I genuinely I genuinely just thought he was making a fashion statement. Like he didn't tell us.
Ah, the eye's damaged. That's interesting.
Yeah.
He didn't tell us that his eye was damaged. He was just wearing shades around the house all the time. I thought he'd just sort of gone senile. I thought something was up. But
Well, because it's not that if you're going blind, that's not the reason you want to give. You want to give a more gangster reason.
he didn't go. His eye did heal.
Okay.
But basically, yeah, his eye would let in too much light. So maybe there is reasons for blind people wearing sunglasses.
If it was one eye, would you go shades or eye patch? That's
Glass eye.
glass eye.
Oh, so you
My
get it
uncle's-
removed?
My uncle's got a glass eye. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How did they get it to line up with the other one?
No, it doesn't.
I don't
Oh,
think
it
it does.
doesn't.
I didn't think so.
I thought maybe I'm just like got that from Marvel movies and stuff. But I thought like if you put the eye back in, like they get it
They
to
start
move,
following.
just to
One that
move
moves around.
independently.
Is it Two-Face when the eye moves around? Who
I
is it?
can't remember.
Harvey Dent too. I think
Harvey
it is.
Dent, yeah. The eye moves. Yeah, no, I don't think it moves. I think it just stays there.
Right, this is a brilliant one. I think cannibalism could solve a lot of the world's problems. In brackets, with regulations. What do you think?
If people are dead anyway,
Yeah.
and it's safe, and the meat's cooked correctly, fair enough. He makes a good point.
It's one of those ones I think I could see in the future becoming
Yeah.
more acceptable as if any apocalypse situation.
Future stews.
Yeah, I think
The main problem with this is eating human flesh is like highly parasitic.
even if you cook it.
Yeah, I think so. It's you know mad cow disease, which that happened because farmers were mixing beef into cow food, and so they basically gave themselves a disease. It passed to humans eventually, and we eradicated it.
I suppose it's one of them things though. With everything after 100 years of using it, they would figure out all those sort
We'd
of
all be-
hiccups.
I guess so.
But it's also if we had never been introduced to, obviously it was from the start, but eating meat, eating animals, and it was just dropped on us now, we would think it was wrong. But
Do you
if
think?
from thousands of years ago cannibalism was normalized, I don't think people would think as strongly against it now. Within reason, I don't mean with like murdering people, but if someone's dead and your friends are starving, I would sign up for someone to eat me in that situation.
Is it like an organ donor card?
Yeah.
You have to
maybe.
be like, after my death, you can scram me. But I think it's an opt-in, or maybe it's an opt-out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't agree with this at all. I think it would kill us all.
Well, yeah, I mean the point of us getting ill, that is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kills this.
Yeah, it kills us. But I mean, the principle of eating ourselves for food, I guess, I don't necessarily disagree with it. It's just sort of, it's a Thanos style, like population control measure. But who gets eaten?
Do you think you would be more likely to eat someone who was fit as opposed to eating arse aside? Do you think you'd be more likely to eat a fit person than an ugly person? Do you think that?
It depends for me, because if I have to feed myself for like a week, I ain't going for some fucking 25-stone munter just because there's more meat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good point.
I'm thinking for the long haul.
Yeah. Like a lot of those, Victoria's Secret models and stuff. That's basically an appetizer.
Yeah.
There's not much calorific content on Keira Knightley.
But I think I would rather have an appetizer of a fit person than it sounds like you're going to haul some obese person into your freezer and then like break off bits.
That's like trying to eat enough food only having one chicken wing at a time.
It's the same.
I just feel you'll never be satisfied.
It's lean meat. It's like eating exactly. It's like having chicken. Whereas we'd be like a really fatty. Like a fatty meat is nice.
It's satiating. That's what I'm saying. Like the flavor profile of a tubby would definitely be better. I think it would be a bit gamey having someone who is really in shape.
Yeah.
Tough meat.
Yeah, that would taste like pheasant or guinea fowl or something. Yeah. That would actually be quite nice. I'd eat a bodybuilder. That's what I'd eat. I'd eat a female bodybuilder. I can't tell you why, but I would.
Have any of you ever seen Hannibal, the TV series?
I've seen the film.
The films, yeah.
Silence of the Lambs.
He'll basically like get people ready for eating them, and he'll invite them over for dinner parties, feed them certain things to improve their taste, and then a few weeks down the line.
Shit.
I don't know
does it work like that? Like, this sweet spunk.
Yeah.
Which is that true?
I've never tested it. Have you?
Nah.
I eat pineapple all the time anyway.
I eat spunk all the time.
Mate, I always come in here and have pineapple chunks.
You do, yeah.
So like, I actually don't know what it's like to not have it. This is a conspiracy I can really get behind. The average male penis size is bigger than we're told, in order to make men less insecure and reduce mental health problems. I don't think that's the reason, but I do think the average male penis size is bigger than we're told.
What makes you think that?
I've never seen a cock below the reported average size.
How many cocks have you seen?
Well, I went to boarding school, so a few.
So you have a big sample size to sort of...
I reckon... Okay, right. How many cocks do you think you've seen? We'll go around the table.
No, it's about how many you've measured.
Yeah, but you can just sort of...
Are you measuring them by eye?
Yeah, you can have... I'm not getting the instruments out. I'm using that app on the phone.
Yeah.
But like, those videos on TikTok where they're like measuring exactly where stuff is by using like little references, working out how tall people are.
I think it's just that people at boarding school who have a dick that they should get out will get it out more often.
So you think
that is a good point.
Selection bias?
I think if you had a smaller one, you'd hide it. Yeah, I'm speaking not from experience. I didn't go to boarding school. No. But I also wouldn't have got my knob out. I wouldn't have let anyone see my knob ever.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, no way.
That's like one of the major... I was going to say bits of fun you could have, but that sounds a bit gay. We weren't really doing anything gay. It's just funny to run around naked.
But I went...
No, that is completely gay.
My school was mixed as well, so there was less of that homoerotic... Oh, really?
Yeah. Our rooms weren't mixed. Have to make that important point there. I've probably seen... I had 3 roommates before. That's already 12 cocks. You see a few at uni.
I haven't seen any of my friends' cocks, I don't think.
Flatmates and stuff.
I mean...
I've probably seen like 15.
All the cocks I've seen.
Also, when you go for a piss at urinal, there's no way you're not looking.
Do you know what?
I'm checking out other men's cocks.
Have you looked at my cock?
Well, we've never been in that situation, I don't think.
We have.
Oh, really?
A few times.
I don't do it every time, but sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta have a look.
Well, let me know next time, and I'll try and get like half mast.
Yeah, nice. Make it look better.
Yeah.
I went to a Korean spa once in LA.
Okay.
With a couple of friends, and we didn't know before going in that it was a new spa, but then we found out once we'd already paid, so we were like, oh fuck it. So we went in and we stripped off and saw a lot of dicks then. I just think it's so varied that it's impossible to because the average is
it's only like 5.5.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's a lot. It's quite big actually.
Yeah.
You sure it's not 3? I thought it was 3.
3.5. Yeah. I just agree with this because I feel like in the small sample size I've seen, I think the average is bigger than 5 inches.
You've not seen them hard either, so you don't know.
Maybe he has. He went to boarding school.
Yeah, don't be jumping to conclusions about this.
How many hard cocks? I don't think I've seen any. I think
Really?
I don't think face to face. I don't think I've seen any hard cocks.
Okay.
I've never looked
I
a
think
hard
I've seen
cock in the eye.
I think I've probably seen like 4.
Why are they hard?
Funny.
No, it's not.
Like when you're 14, that's hilarious.
What, just getting hard around each other?
Once I went to, you're going to like this story. Once I went to a maths competition in Malaysia, and
You lost.
I came. Well, I was like the only white guy there.
Yeah.
So obviously I came almost last, and we played a game with some people from a school in Hong Kong. We were all there. It was a big summit, big gathering of mathematicians, and we played a game where we all sat there and watched gay porn, and first person to get a boner loses.
Where did you come in this ranking?
I didn't lose.
Did you get a boner?
Sorry?
Did you get a boner, though?
No. It's like cheese rolling. There's no second place. It's either you get a boner or you don't, and that guy loses. And everyone else...
Who lost? Do you remember?
Bertram. Yeah.
White guy, Asian guy?
Asian guy, Bertram. Yeah.
Bertram. Yeah.
I'm not going to say his last name.
Can you say his estimated cock size as an Asian?
Oh, I saw it through the pants. We weren't all naked, just sitting there watching one laptop.
Right.
We were all pants on.
How do you know there wasn't someone with a really tiny cock with a huge boner?
Yeah.
See, there's flaws in this game.
He was rock hard.
Well, the regulation games would have to be
Yeah.
hit off.
Yeah.
If we were to bring this forward,
If you wanted it to be officially sanctioned,
If we
by
want
the
Speed
governing
to
body.
get involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we've already seen his.
Cock off.
It's true.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that is a suitable answer to that
That
prompt.
was good.
Yeah.
I like that story.
Another one I believe in: recycling is a myth by Big Plastic. I think recycling is absolute. I don't recycle. I think it's absolute bollocks.
Yeah, I don't recycle either.
Okay, well, I do recycle.
Yeah, I think it's people recycle for the mental health benefits of making them feel like they're making a difference.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, even if the UK totally disappeared,
But
right?
what about when they say, like, oh, this is made of recycled shit?
Yeah,
This building is made of recycled stuff.
right. But they have to take the stuff you've thrown away,
Yeah.
and reprocess it through the same factories using the same fossil fuels that we're burning anyway to make that stuff. And it's a lower grade material. You can't so you can only make it into shit stuff.
Man, I wish I knew enough. The thing is, I'm so stupid, you're convincing me. If I knew stuff about, I'd say, well, no, there's of course. But when you said put it back through the factories, that was when the light was blinking in my head. And I was like,
But it's reusing the same materials
True.
instead of making new ones.
But
that's what I should have said.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
But
I'm on to something.
it doesn't mean I'm not saying that the point that like recycling. What I'm saying is recycling is still bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
better, but it's still bad.
Yeah, no.
I don't even know if it's better. Is it better to
I
just
think
put something in a landfill, or is it better to put it back through a factory?
Well, is it better to chop a tree down and use that?
Yeah.
Or already use the thing that you did from chopping the tree down?
Yeah. Agree. It's probably better to not chop the tree down, but
Right.
you can't make everything out of recycled stuff. If you see what I mean.
You can't
Like
make everything.
not
out of
everything can be made of
recycled stuff.
recycled goods. So there's a lot of stuff where you have to chop the tree down anyway to make
Well,
it.
trees are bad example. I mean, tree. Let me think of. Okay. Well. Okay.
And I'm not like I'm not saying that recycling is just
When
that's
they
nothing. I'm saying it's not good for the environment.
when they make iPhones and stuff,
Yeah.
and they have to mine whatever lithium or I don't know what it is.
Those children, yeah.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
Minds, yeah.
When they do that, like if that was made out of, if an iPhone was made out of cardboard and blue tack, then
Yeah.
that's like that's better. But I get your point that if an iPhone was made out of recycled stuff, it would be a bit shit.
And yeah, it might be better like than other alternatives, but it's not good for the environment. That's a ridiculous notion. Aiden, this one's going to be up your street, I think.
Shout away.
Don't believe it anymore, thankfully, but until I was about 16, someone told me that the reason girls wear thongs was to keep their arse cheeks slightly separated so that when they fart, it doesn't make any noise. which in my head, technically it still makes sense, as the fart is surely the vibration of the arse tissue caused by the rapid expulsion of methane.
Methane? It's not. We don't fart methane, do we?
No.
That's cows.
No, that's cows. So he doesn't have all the facts.
Yeah.
But he thinks that girls... He thought that girls wore thongs to keep their arse cheeks slightly separated.
That's not enough separation, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, like, the
You do.
cheeks are still
Yeah.
flopping there.
Like, if you can fart fully sat down
A
or
thong
on your
is not
side,
an arse cheek separation
instrument.
device. Yeah.
It's not got enough structural integrity.
You'd need like
All material.
Yeah, you'd need something with a little bit more, something made of
Yeah.
metal or wood.
I think I could put like a,
You need a 3-ply. Like,
Yeah.
you need to go to Wix for that.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, you would need to go to Wix.
even with that, you're still hearing the fart to some degree. It's not completely silencing it.
To be fair, I didn't know what a thong was for until I was about 17.
What do you mean you don't know what it was for?
It's just to look nice, isn't it?
No,
Am I joking?
no, yeah. So you don't know what a thong's for.
What do you mean what it's for? It's underwear. I know what underwear is used for.
Yeah, but
What do
there's
you
a
mean?
reason they wear it.
Yeah,
Shut up. I could tell. What is going
No,
on?
no.
Oh, genuinely, there is.
there is. Yeah.
Yeah,
What is it then?
It's so that you don't get VPL, visible panty liner.
yeah. So it's so they can't see it through like leggings and stuff.
Oh, well, now you say it, yeah. It's like whale tail.
That's not coming up for that.
Like whale tail.
Do you know what whale tail is?
No, what's
Look up whale tail.
New tab.
It's in the camel toe sort of area.
Oh yes, yeah. That's okay. Yeah, that's VPL. Yeah.
Look at. Oh no, we need Google Images, mate.
I want to see what it means first.
It's the shape formed when a G-string rides up high over a woman's trousers.
Yeah.
And you see the.
I never thought of the parallel with camel.
Oh, so like this?
Yes, that's a whale tail. Yeah, absolutely. There we
That's
go.
just fucking builder's crack. Well, I suppose
Builder's
without the
crack for women. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right. Yeah. No, it's slightly different. VPL is when you could see it through someone's
Yeah.
jeans or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one is good. Charities don't actually do anything to help.
Well.
Never
yeah.
seen any proof of it.
That's the thing. This is why I've been.
I swear they tell you. They're charities. Charities on the website. They're like, oh yeah, we did such and such and such.
Do you donate to charities? Have you?
I donated to UNICEF like 3 days ago
Yeah. What do you?
because I had to close a bank account and there was still money left in it.
Yeah.
So I sent the rest to UNICEF. Yeah.
That's good. I would have never done that.
I'll be straight into my Revolut account.
Yeah,
On to
absolutely.
the next one.
That's good, man.
Yeah, because that's why I did it on Revolut because you can donate
Oh,
to
can you?
charities straight from the
How
bank.
much do you donate?
Well, I had 1 penny left in the bank.
Really? Was it a
Yeah,
penny?
It was a penny. Yeah.
Oh, shut up. It donated a penny
It was
to
a penny
UNICEF.
and then 0.33 baht because I'd been in Thailand.
What are they going to do with the Bart?
Well, I mean,
I guess
UNICEF
that's-
do amazing things.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. But you're such a little.
I didn't think that was going to be a follow-up question. I donated to UNICEF.
You are such a virtue signaller. Oh, I'm a good man. I donated a penny. That's how you say you stopped bullying because you bought one of those wristbands.
It was because I couldn't take out the penny because there was a withdrawal fee. So
I'd have
so
sent myself $9.99 just to take out the tenner.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's why. That's the only reason
That's
I
awesome.
gave it to UNICEF.
Next one. Philly is an experiment that Chunks formed when he was in high school to be his best mate, to hype him up and be his sidekick. But he's since become sentient and formed his own hobbies to make it seem like he's his own person.
I believe this.
Yeah?
Because he never really, maybe in clips I haven't seen, but the ones I have, the big ones, he's not really contributing much. He's just saying, oh, that is mad, and laughing.
You're known for your Philly impression.
I did a video. Yeah, I did a Chunks and Philly once. But I wouldn't say my impression's actually that good. I just wanted to take the piss.
So you're Chunks. Say a funny joke.
I don't watch that shit, man.
Yeah, say anything in what you think Chunk sounds like, and you can react.
Go on.
My hairline, bro.
That's crazy. I can't.
That was great.
That was good,
Is
yeah.
that good?
Yeah.
He does a lot of that's crazy.
No!
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
And then there's always, man said hairline. He
Yeah.
always does that.
Yeah, he repeats the joke.
Yeah.
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 No, that's a vile, though. That's a vile.
Yeah. What's the white equivalent of hairline insults? Is it you're a paedophile?
Well, do you think white people care less about their hairline? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. A hairline insult doesn't hurt a white person.
Your mum jokes.
You're racist. It's the equivalent of your hairline's black.
Yeah, I guess if you accuse a black person of being racist,
I'd be like, yeah, sometimes, probably.
whereas if you accuse a white person of being racist,
Yeah.
they'll immediately start listing how many black people they know.
Right, exactly.
And
yeah.
like, I went to Africa once, and I've got a photo of me with some kids. So, well, that's white
Do
people.
you know how crazy that is? My friend went to Kenya once. He went to a boarding school, and they had this charity trip to Kenya, and they're supposed to be there to build a school, but they got there and there were none of the materials were there. So all they did was eat this village in Africa's food for a week, and then for 2 weeks, actually, no, 3 weeks, and then one day they told them that we were going to go get pizza, and they like took them out of the village to this like pizza. They drove 3 hours to this pizza place, and they got there and it was like burnt.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Flat.
I was going to say that the hopes weren't very high from the beginning.
It's awful.
For the Kenyan pizza.
And he met Obama's grandma. Genuinely.
Shut up!
I promise you. I promise you.
There's like 1 billion people in Africa.
No. I promise you, Obama's grandma or great grandma or something was there. One of her relatives, and apparently the translator. They were asking her questions, and they asked through the translator, "What do you think of your son's or grandson's opinion on gay marriage?" And then apparently she said something for like 5 minutes, and the translator was like, "Oh, she doesn't really know what she thinks. she thinks it's good."
I don't know if this is really. I don't know if this woman can be trusted. I think she might be a fraud.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Next one. My dad believes that the winner of most international sporting events is a country that needs the win the most. If, for example, Italy winning the Euros in 2020. As that had been hit with COVID badly and had more deaths than England.
I like that. It's neat as a theory.
If it was true, though, it'd be like North Korea winning every World Cup.
Yeah.
Like if we think about countries that need the win the most, like there'd be some huge players in that, and they don't win anything.
Yeah, true. They give Ukraine the Eurovision win as well, didn't they?
There is some evidence for
Yeah.
this.
Because they're hungry. Is that why?
Eat those votes.
No, I don't mean like that. Thirsty in your case, but trying to think. I'm trying to think what other big competition. Who won the World Cup? The last World Cup.
The last World Cup
Was it France?
Argentina.
Oh yeah, Argentina then France.
Did they need a win? Not really. I mean, they've
France.
Argentina don't need a win. They were in crippling government debt.
It was Messi's last World Cup probably.
Yeah, but he's won loads of shit.
He's never won a World Cup though.
Yeah, but they don't.
Oh,
you can't make an argument that Argentina needs the win the most in the World Cup.
Diego Maradona just died.
That's just a bloke. That's just a.
He's their legend though.
He's a hero to them, yeah.
Yeah.
Even I know that is.
Yeah.
He's a handball.
Yeah, he's on drugs.
Loved Coke.
Yeah, he loved cocaine.
Yeah.
This is good. I
I
like
don't know.
this theory.
Well, it's obviously absolute bollocks. I mean,
What about Spain's dominant era 2008, 10, 12? They won the Euros, World Cup Euros. Did they have much?
I'm not aware of recent Spanish history. Finlay?
I'm not aware of football history.
No.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened in Spain in the years 2008 to 2012 when they won 3 tournaments in a row?
Probably the same shit that always happens in Spain.
Debt.
Debt.
Debt and tapas.
Tourism to sitting in big groups at English universities and not talking to anyone else.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Did you have Spanish people at uni?
No, of course not.
Of course you didn't.
Which uni did you go to? What uni?
Ulster University in Belfast.
What university in Belfast?
Ulster.
Oh, Ulster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There definitely was some, just not my course, not my fucking
No, they get
shitbag media studies course.
There would have been Spanish people around.
Yeah, somewhere. There's a lot of Asians,
Always around.
like a lot of Asians in that uni, especially Queens.
Those are my favourite. We had a whole building that was built specifically for Asian students
I think that happened
because
in
they
Belfast as well.
all do business.
Yeah.
So we had an entire new building that's been built just for business.
Hmm.
And it's just for them. And they had their own accommodation as well because it was more expensive than all the normal people can afford because they're really rich international students who wear like Louis Vuitton flip-flops to lectures and stuff.
Mm.
You seem to not have had this experience.
I don't think of business as a very Asian subject.
They all do business and management.
Really?
Yeah. But it's still highly valued in China to get a degree from a Western university.
Yeah.
And they sort of gloss over what subject it is. Cause,
Yeah, just as long as you have that
long
piece
as
of
you have
paper.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then your parents were hugely proud.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Myth busted.
Oh, do you hear that? Phone's going. Oh, this is the first time we've done this format point where there's a guest who doesn't know anything about it. Lovely. Thank you. Thanks so much. Wow. Big news, Finlay. I've just had some breaking news down the wire from our science and innovation correspondent, Sigmund Fraud. This is today's news. Today, of course, being the 27th of December 1961. And a press release from the well-funded and highly efficient National Health Service has announced a brand new drug to be introduced to the marketplace. It is to be called the contraceptive pill, and it allegedly allows you, and this is a quote from the press release, to hit it raw with no consequences. This may be the end of the Johnny as we know it.
Bye bye, Johnny.
I was originally a 2-man, and now I'm down to 1. I might be going to 0. I don't know what it feels like. I've never not been bagged up in my life.
You were double bagging for a while.
Triple bagging sometimes.
Triple bagging.
She was really filthy.
You've never not been bagged up. Okay, you have.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Wait, are we pretending we're in the 60s?
Yes, that's
okay,
the point.
sorry, my bad.
That's the point of the format.
Okay.
You can do whatever though. Feel free to say.
I want to pretend I'm in the 60s. That's
Feel free
more
to
fun.
say whatever you like.
That's more fun. First the Beatles and now this.
Yeah, I know.
Slags.
So it's currently only available to married women. So my wife
Right.
can have it, but both of my mistresses in the city who I shag on my lunch break can't get it.
Quite right.
Do you think?
Quite right, yeah.
Yeah. The government fears that if they made it available to everybody, it would promote, quote, acting like a massive slag. That's the NHS's words, not mine.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't have got stuff happening like this back in the good old 50s.
What?
Remember do you remember 10 years ago?
Slaggy behaviour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was... I've honestly, sometimes, even if I saw the ankles, I was like, that counts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Back 10 years ago, there weren't any of these hippies. There weren't any of the, that's when a woman was a woman. And now listen to this rubbish.
I like when they wear those cardigans and then those bras that are like 2 traffic cones. Back in the day.
Put your eye out
That
for
used to
them
get me
things.
hot under the collar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the ability to raw dog without worry of another mouth to feed is a massive step forward.
Especially because we won't have AIDS for another 20 years.
Good point.
So we've got a window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Window of opportunity.
Right, yeah.
They said they knew it was going to be safe after they gave a shitload of it to a load of goats no one cares about. And after a few days, there weren't any more goats. So, must work, I guess. There were also 3 clinical trials on humans in Birmingham, Slough and London.
Do you reckon they tested it in goats because the average resident of those cities were fucking them anyway?
I will say, teenage pregnancies reduced in Slough from 100% to 98%. So I think that's
Leaps and bounds.
it's working nicely. Absolutely. Honestly though, do you guys like hitting it raw?
Love it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where I wish I hadn't tried it because you just know how much better it is and then you want to do it all the time.
Yeah, right, okay.
And it's not good.
I'm not a fan of the sheath.
Here's the thing is, I spend a lot of my career on the road, as you would, I mean, but you have a girlfriend.
No, not anymore.
Oh, you don't have a girlfriend. So, like, you're out and about, you're not seeing... These girls will live in, like, Gloucester or somewhere, so it's not like we're going to be having regular sex. So you can't hit it raw.
Do you ever do that thing where you kind of...
Hope? Pray and hope?
You make an account of her character and the things that you know about her and then judge what your odds are.
Is she an upstanding member of the community?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just pray and spray.
Where you grew up, I think I would be bagging it all the time. I don't think you can trust them.
I don't know. They're pretty honest people out there.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'd say you're at much more risk than here.
They're just dirty, though. From the stories you've told me.
Are you on about just like your average fucking university women?
I mean your village, really, but...
Oh, my village would be grand.
So, it basically functions as a vasectomy for girls. But it's only if you're a MILF but you don't want any more kids. You can get it from the GP. You guys into MILFs? I think they're very overrated.
What I don't get is men in their 40s and 50s still liking MILFs. Because at that stage, they're just people your age.
Have you met like a 40-year-old man who's like, I love a MILF?
Yeah, like you still see it like on social media.
That's just
like
I think
an
that's married
age-appropriate woman, yeah.
Isn't that
That's what I mean.
Isn't that like
it doesn't make
parents-
sense that that's still their fetish whenever they're that age.
What should they be into? Grannies?
You'd think it would scale up. With,
Yeah, it doesn't seem to scale up though. It should, or does it reverse?
I think
I hope not, because I love MILFs.
middle-aged guys being into MILFs is just guys and their own wives.
Yeah, no, I think the way that you phrased that was weird.
Was it?
You've made it sound like it was a fetish, but that's actually it's normal.
Yeah, no, but
That's like me saying, "Oh, I'm into 20-year-old
no,
girls."
I know what
Yeah.
you mean. But them
I
going
am.
out and claiming like, "Oh, I love MILFs."
That's like me. That's like us being like, oh, I love a young girl.
There it is. No,
Love
I,
a young girl.
I could distance myself from that statement.
No, but it's the thrill and the kind of like appeal to MILFs whenever you're in your early 20s is that they're older, they're experienced, they teach you a thing or two.
Techers, I think.
Whenever you're
Yes.
40 yourself and you're still going for that, and that's still the appeal to you, surely.
But
that
if I'm
should just
40 and
be-
I'm shagging my own wife who is also 40, am I into MILFs?
You know as much as her at that point.
yes, the same appeal and the same fetish isn't there, is what I'm saying.
But if I've already been happily married, I'm not like pursuing any
The
granny.
fetish is the age difference, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
MILF
No,
porn
you guys
is
are
not.
now agreeing with each other.
Yeah.
Are you saying that it should scale? I'm agreeing with you that it should scale up. Yeah, because
Yeah.
when you get to, I'm saying when
I'm
you get
saying
to
it
50,
doesn't. I'm saying it doesn't make any sense. Because grannies are old and saggy and not sexy.
Yeah, that part doesn't make any sense. But also, someone at 40 still fantasizing 40-year-old women because they might teach them something. They might have that bit of experience.
Nobody does that. Nobody does that. That's,
I've seen
Yeah.
that.
No, they don't.
no, I'm sorry, but your shagging years are not. Are you really learning that much? Surely you've learnt it all by the time you're
That's
40.
what exactly you should have. So why are you still fantasizing being taught something if you're a 40-year-old man and you still have a fantasy for MILFs?
But that's not no.
I don't think that's a MILF
It's
fantasy
not a
anymore.
fantasy. It's not a fantasy.
That's just finding women attractive. That's what I was saying.
I'm not on about your wife. I'm on about a fucking 40-year-old man on social media fantasizing over like the genres and Pornhub and stuff like that.
Those
I've
don't
seen
exist.
It's
this.
not a fantasy.
I've seen this.
No.
So a 40-year-old man,
I don't think people like that exist.
a 40-year-old man looking up like MILF porn
No.
and stuff like that.
No way.
Do you not think that's a bit strange?
I think it's weird. A 40-year-old man looking up teen porn.
No, but that is probably what they do because it's the
Yeah.
taboo that makes it.
That makes more
Makes
sense
you
though.
into it.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't.
So it does scale backwards.
I don't.
We've been the whole way around the table now.
Yeah,
we can't keep going with
It
this
does
argument.
scale backwards. I think it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it does.
Brilliant. Wow, what a milestone episode of Radio Rufus that was. Thrills, pills, spills, chills running down my spine. A brilliant episode. Thank you so much, Finlay, for coming on. I hope it's been an enlightening experience
Thanks
for
for
you.
having me.
Hope you feel rejuvenated.
Yeah.
Like you've been to a sort of slightly scammy health retreats.
It did feel like I was going back in time with the opinions and topics that we discussed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, make sure you check out Finlay's stuff. You can look it up. Finlay Christie. He's not a rugby player.
No.
And he's got a new show. He's coming to the Edinburgh Fringe this year. So if you're heading there, make sure to cop some ticks for his thing, which
It's called I Deserve This is the show.
That's
It's on at 10:40 every night in Monkey Barrel 4. And then I'll be going on tour in October, so I'll be posting about that soon.
Wonderful stuff. Finlay, you're a busy man, but you're also a man of culture, a gentleman, and a scholar. Thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you so much for having me.
And thank you, everybody, for listening to Radio Rufus. Don't forget to check out the Instagram and the TikTok for the Song of the Week, as we always post it on there. And make sure you subscribe as well. Looking to hit 20,000 subscribers on the channel. And keep on shagging in the free world. Back to you in the studio.